China panic, the U.S. deploys HIMARS and anti-ship missiles to near China islands. With the U.S. military locked in on what it sees as a long-term competition with the People's Republic of China for ascendancy in the Indo-Pacific region, two services seeking to pivot away from heavy ground conflicts in Iraq and Afghanistan are looking toward missiles as a ticket to relevance in a potential future conflict. The U.S. Marine Corps and U.S. Army are both working toward fielding long-range strike and anti-ship missiles to hold Chinese targets at risk within the first and second island chains. Both have talked about putting supplies, gear, and forces forward to be able to rapidly respond in a crisis, and both are actively discussing sacrificing older equipment and upgrades for current equipment to help pay for the modernization they need. The expectation in the Pentagon, however, is that the military will see flat defense budgets at best going forward. Some defense watchers argue that limited resources needed to get the funding may depend on whose concepts carry the most weight among defense planners. Others, however, believe a potential China problem is big enough that there are plenty of missions to go around. Previously, the long-range strike was the domain of the Navy and Air Force from carriers, vertical launch missile tubes on submarines and surface combatants, and from land-based fighters and bombers. But the demise of the Intermediate-Range Nuclear Forces Treaty has opened up long-range, ground-based fires as a means of countering China's capabilities in that area. China was not a party to that treaty, and U.S. Pacific Command for years bemoaned as unfair the advantage the treaty gave the Chinese in the theater. General David Berger's plan for the Marine Corps seeks to change the force from a land-heavy force to light, primarily maritime force that can fight, maneuver, and threaten Chinese forces inside the South and East China Seas, and has said he wants to do it at no extra cost. Part of that plan: divest fully from tanks, and cut the number of tube artillery batteries from 16 to 5. For that trade, the Marines are looking to massively grow the number of mobile rocket batteries from 7 to 21. In addition, the Marines are adding both the Navy's new anti-ship naval strike missile and its Tomahawk missile to its ground-based fires quiver, in order to threaten Chinese ships. But the Army is also getting into the striking game and has made long-range precision fires its top modernization priority. The service is working toward a 2023 fielding of its precision strike missile, which will have a range of as much as 550 kilometers. The minimum range prohibited under the INF Treaty was 500 kilometers. The service is also working on a new seeker to be able to target ships, which should be fielded by 2025. In a 2019 interview, the Army's lead on long-range precision fires, Brig Gen. John Rafferty told Defense News that as much as 750 kilometers or further were possible. The Army is also working toward fielding its long-range hypersonic weapon in a battery by 2023, which will be shot from a Rode mobile launcher. In August, Army Chief of Staff General James McConville said the Army, like the Marine Corps, was ready to make cuts to existing capabilities in order to make its future investments a reality.